Today we'll be talking about dating, relationships, and just love in general. We'll be addressing some of the norms that today in society that we use, and I'll be giving you my input. I'll be relating it to a classic play called Taming of the Shrew, where we see a lot of stereotypes and norms within the characters. Even so, I'll be relating it to my past experiences with love. So, the most recognizable norm we have today in society is that guys are expected to be the parents of the relationship, meaning they approach the girl first, they take the initiative. I wouldn't want this norm to change because I don't have the balls to confess my feelings or let alone shoot my shot. Society believes that men should provide more of the effort towards a relationship. And this also ties in with Taming the Shrew, how Lucencio, Gremio, and what's that other guy's name? Hortensio fight for Bianca's hand in marriage. It also ties in with the norm that girls find contentment with the chase and the immediate attention, whereas we like getting called beautiful and reminded of our admirable traits and just guys loving us, you know? We see that Bianca is shocked that her suitors are starting to give up on her. Well, that's because she's just used to the automatic love and affection. And girls nowadays are just like Bianca, whereas we like getting reassured of our value. I can definitely assure this because I used to be that girl. In my past relationship, I was told the things I wanted to hear, not the things I needed to hear. There was a lack of communication and honesty, so needless to say, our relationship was built on a foundation of lies. So it's similar to the theme of Taming of the Shrew. Saying, I fell in love with the complete bare minimum. I like someone whose words didn't even match their actions. And at that point in my life, I guess I was confused and lost, that there was an empty hole in my heart where I didn't even have love for myself. I guess that's why I kept his presence in my life. He filled a void, making me realize that I am so much greater than I perceive myself to be. I also realized that that's a bad mentality to have. Finding my worth in someone else, finding my importance, not being aware of self-love. He told me the things that I should be telling myself. So my point being is that girls finding their value and worth within their significant other is definitely a norm that we should change. Having a good relationship with yourself is the most important one you can ever have. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then the ones that you form won't be as ideal. Have that love for yourself before you can offer it to someone else, because in the end you won't feel whole, but rather empty and confused. The final norm I will be addressing today is that men are presumed to be the more dominant ones in the relationship, meaning they have the final say in things and they are the ones who are in control. I'm not saying this applies to all males, but most of them have this type of mentality and mindset. And I would know from experience because I dated a guy with that same mentality. He was overbearing and mentally abusive. I was hesitant to be myself and overall felt really restricted because he's the type of person where you would have to receive his approval. I was under his control. Everything in our relationship was very one-sided. However, I'm the type of person that puts the happiness of others before my own, whereas if he was happy, so was I. But I gave him the time I couldn't waste, the love I didn't have for myself, and eventually I realized that, and I'm on to better things. I dropped him, focused on myself, and we're doing better now, so F him. Connecting this with Taming of the Shrew, we see that Petruchio's idea of taming Kate is similar to the norm that men hold more authority in their relationship, whereas we see in the play that her opinions never really mattered. He never valued her presence, and she changed her habits and personality to live up to his expectations despite all the torture and mistreatment that he put her through. To conclude that norm, it is highly important that we change it. In a relationship, both sides needs to be equal and they both matter to make the relationship work. To conclude this vlog, I just want to put out there that I'm not expecting pity or attention from my past experiences. I just wanted to open up with you guys, and honestly, when I look back at it, I don't think of it as a regret, but only a new beginning and opportunity. And I'm thankful to be knowledgeable about love, the means of true love, how to give and receive love, the qualities I look for a person, and what I actually deserve, because I will never settle for less anymore. As for the norms, obviously, it is important that we keep the traditional ones, but also change and modernize a few of them. It is important in a healthy relationship to be built on a foundation of pure honesty, respect for one another, and unconditional love.